For over 5 years, I've been living in a nightmare that just won't end. It's not the kind of nightmare you wake up from. No, this one stalks you in the waking world, haunting every shadow, every whisper. It all started with my husband's ex, a former beauty queen, turned into something far more sinister. My husband dated her before we met. She was a beauty queen, tall, blonde, and stunning on the outside. But on the inside, she was rotten to the core. She treated people terribly, including my husband. He broke it off, but she never really went away. She'd call and email him constantly, even after we started dating. And when he blocked her number, she found other ways to get to him. She'd threaten to go to the police with fake abuse claims if he didn't give her money. It was insane, but it was about to get much, much worse. One evening, we were at a charity event, trying to enjoy a rare night out. As we walked in, I felt a chill run down my spine. She was there, standing across the room, her eyes locked onto us. She was laughing and whispering to her date, but her gaze never left us. I tried to ignore her, but the feeling of unease grew stronger. I excused myself to the bathroom, hoping to shake off the creeping dread. As I came out of the bathroom, she was right there, towering over me. Her eyes were dark, almost black, and her smile was maniacal. She leaned in close, her voice a low hiss. "Where's your man?" And before I could think of an answer, she said, "Watch your back, pug." She called me a pug because I own pugs, but the way she said it, it sounded like a threat. I hurried away, but I could feel her eyes on me the whole time. We stopped going to parties after that, but it didn't matter. She found other ways to terrorize us. One night, I woke up to the sound of scratching at our front door. I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. I woke my husband and we crept downstairs armed with a baseball bat. There was nothing there. But the next morning, we found deep scratches in the wood, like something or someone had been trying to claw their way in. The emails and calls never stopped. She'd call my husband day and night, even after he blocked her number. I found my car keyed one night, and I knew it was her. We sent cease and desist letters, but she didn't care. She created fake social media accounts and started posting lies about my husband to his colleagues, friends, and family. On New Year's Eve, she posted on my Instagram at exactly 12:01 a.m., "Happy New Year, Scrud." It was like she was taunting us, letting us know she was always watching. We went to the police with the emails and threats, and she was charged with harassment. They issued a restraining order, but it didn't faze her. She kept posting photos of us on social media, calling my husband a pedophile and other terrible names. She'd post altered photos of me, calling me ugly and pointing out every perceived flaw. It was obsessive and gross, but what really terrified me were the sinister captions. She'd write things like, "Keep an eye on your kids because I'll be watching," or "Why don't you plant some flowers in your front yard?" It felt like she was threatening our children, and it sent a cold fear coursing through my veins. Things started to escalate. She'd post pictures of our house on social media with captions like, "Such a pretty house. It would be a shame if something happened to it." She'd post pictures of my kids with captions like, "Such cute kids. I hope they're careful." It was like she was taunting us, letting us know she could get to us anytime she wanted. We called the police again, but they said there wasn't anything they could do since she didn't explicitly tag us. I became so anxious anytime my kids were outside. My elderly mother was too scared to take the baby out in the stroller. It affected all of our lives. I started seeing her everywhere, in the shadows, in the corner of my eye, in my nightmares. She was always there, always watching. One night, I woke up to the sound of footsteps outside our window. I lay there, frozen in terror, as the footsteps circled the house. I could hear her whispering, her voice low and menacing, "I see you, and I'm coming for you." I didn't sleep for the rest of the night, my heart pounding in my chest as I listened to her circling the house like a predator. The next morning, I found a package on our doorstep. There was no return address, but I knew who it was from. Inside was a dead rat, its eyes sewn shut, and a note that said, "You're next." I dropped the box, my hands shaking as I called the police. They took the box and the note, but they couldn't prove it was her. I knew it was, though. I could feel it in my bones. A week later, I woke up to the sound of something scratching at our window. I turned to see a figure standing outside, her face pressed against the glass. It was her eyes wide and wild, her smile maniacal. I screamed, and my husband woke up, grabbing the baseball bat as he ran to the window. But by the time he got there, she was gone. We installed security cameras, but it didn't help. She'd stand just out of frame, her presence a chilling reminder that she was always watching. Finally, the police asked us to come in and give video statements. They arrested her again, charging her with more counts of criminal harassment. The judge issued a social media ban for her, and things quieted down. But I still get follower requests that I think are her. I still feel her eyes on me, watching from the shadows. I don't know what's wrong with her. I think she's a malignant narcissist, maybe with other mental issues. But I know she was a terrible person long before she decided to make our lives miserable. And I know she's not going to stop until she gets what she wants. Whatever that is. I live in constant fear, always looking over my shoulder, always listening for the sound of her footsteps outside. I don't know what she's capable of, and that's the scariest part. I just want her to leave us alone forever. I want to live in peace, without the constant fear of her lurking in the shadows. But I know that's not going to happen. She's not going to stop until she gets what she wants. And I'm terrified of what that might be.